Hello and welcome to the Free Cheese episode 377. I'm your Joe Dix, joined by Matt Sellner.
Hello.
The Free Cheese is a weekly video game podcast about video games, brought to you once a week by thefreecheese.com. If you're reading the title and you're listening to this episode, congratulations, you've made it to part 3 of our 3-part Halo Combat Evolved series. First time, we talked through the single-player campaign. The second time, we focused just on multiplayer. We talked through the different game modes, the maps, and we also, on that second episode, threw in a nice little bonus where we ranked Matt's got
a
the
bonus.
face of a Muppet. We ranked Halo Fireteam Raven on the list. You can go check out where that fell at, not halo.com, at thefreecheese.com/the list. This episode, Matt and I came together in reality, and we played through the campaign of Halo Combat Evolved cooperatively. So we'll talk all about that experience as we bring our series on Halo to a close ahead of ranking it later this year. I guess, quick reminder, in case it's been a while since you've listened to an episode, if you're just coming in for the Halo series, or if you're finding this years down the road and you just found some random podcast did a 3-part series on one of your favorite video games and you had nothing else to listen to and you just wanted to listen through it. I get it, man. I do that too. Welcome. What we did this year, and what we've been doing for the last few years, is we rank each video game we talk about on every episode on a list. Wii Sports has been sitting at the top of that list for 2 years now. Or just about two. No, it has been 2 years.
Early.
Almost 3 years. Yeah, it was one of the first games we did
early.
in season 12. Nope, this is season 12. Season 10 is when we did that. 2022. It was like January or February of 2022. So we're coming up on 3 years of that being at the top of the list. So coming into this season, we said, man, something's got to be able to knock Wii Sports off the top. What if we each pitched a game or two to do that? And one of mine was Halo Combat Evolved. So we've spent the better part of this year playing and thinking and talking about Halo, to then later on in November decide, can Halo actually kill Wii Sports? Or not kill it, but at least bump it down. I don't know that answer yet. I do know that, Matt, we hung out a few weeks ago. We took advantage of a little bonus day and hung out IRL, because we tried this for episode 2, which, if you're listening to this and you haven't listened to that, or if you're thinking, man, I'd like to play co-op Halo with my friends, let me jump on and do that. We learned the hard way that while you can play multiplayer from all the Halo games, cross-play with the Master Chief Collection, you cannot play the single-player campaign cooperatively cross-platform. Xbox plays with Xbox, PC plays with PC. So before you spend a month on Game Pass, don't do that. Instead, go buy a real Xbox at your local retro video game shop, bring it home, and invite your friend over to play it, because that's what we did, and we had a good time. We'll talk about that today. But I want to know, Matt, when was the first time you played through Halo Combat Evolved cooperatively?
Ooh. I did not play the whole campaign with my friends back in the day. And I did not play with you and Mark when... So the answer to that might be never.
Dang.
Like, all the way through.
Yeah, because we did not finish it in our time. We were, 2 missions out, I think?
We have finished the library, right? So 3, maybe?
Yeah, okay. Not bad, though. Yeah. Yeah, I think the first time playing through it all the way through was when I played through with Mark. Which is weird because I feel like I'd played, but I know it had to have been because I only played this game campaign-wise. I've only ever played this since owning an Xbox, and or an Xbox One. I didn't do that until 2017. So, yeah, co-op playthrough 2018 probably. How do you think playing cooperatively changes your approach to playing Halo versus when you play solo?
I think you're more aggressive.
Yeah, you kind of know you can die and it's okay.
Yeah.
You'll respawn. At least in this
Usually.
game. Yeah. In Halo 2, things change up a bit. But yeah, we did play on Legendary, which, do you think that was a good choice, bad choice in hindsight?
It was fine. We just ran out of time.
Yeah,
We got through the worst of it. It was
I know,
all
we
uphill
really
from
did.
there.
Yeah. Was that the worst mission? Playing through the...
Definitely struggled there a lot.
Was that the worst mission for you in the single player, and was it also the same here?
No, it wasn't the worst for me in single player. I think it might have been the next level that was the worst. Because that's when you do all that bridge stuff again, which we struggled with the first time.
Yeah.
You do all that bridge stuff again, and then you also have the flood and stuff.
You're right. That bridge part on the way back out is a nightmare. Yeah.
I think that's where the difficulty held.
But yeah, we had a bad time with... It's the library, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Not a great time. Which mission was the most fun this time around?
Oh no, I had a lot of fun doing the island one. The one where the shield generator, door closes, you have to go around the island, destroy it, come back. Why can't I never think of the
yeah.
I need the names of these levels in front of me. I used to
that,
know them all.
That's not Guilty Spark, right? No, it's Assault. Nope. No, it's not Assault on whatever.
Nope. Assault on the Control Room is the snow level where you're going through all the bridge for the first time. Wow, I can't think of the name of that level. That's a shame.
I have the list of the multiplayer maps pulled up here, but not the single player stuff. Silent Cartographer.
That's it.
That's the one.
Yeah, the island one. We had fun trying to do the door skip thing for a bit.
It's so good. Do you want to explain the door skip technique and
yeah,
what we did?
So in this level there you get to it's by design. You get to an area where you're designated to go, and you go, and then there's a door that shuts. And it's like, again, it's by design, it's a story beat, and then you're told you have to destroy like a generator to get the door to open. Well, there is a speedrun strategy where you can bring a warthog where kind of in the it's easy to get it there, but it's not designed to get in there either.
Yeah, no.
So you can get the warthog in, and we originally thought you just had to drive straight, but then we found that you had to flip. But essentially what you do is the momentum of the warthog and the time it takes where the trigger is for the door, and by the time it shuts, you can, if you do it somewhat correctly, kind of tail whip your warthog so the driver's side goes right to the door, and you can get out while you're tail whipping, and it will push you through the door as it's closing, and you can skip half the level, if not more.
And all the backtracking and everything you have to do.
Yeah. So we were trying to do that for a bit until we just gave it up.
No, we didn't give it up. We checkpointed.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were forced to keep going.
Yeah, we got screwed by that. Yeah, because that to me is the definitive co-op experience in Halo. When you you kind of just land on something, whether it's a known thing like this where we knew there was a skip we could do, or where you just sort of like some mechanic happens, or you end up with a vehicle in a spot where you shouldn't, or something just sort of happens with the engine and you're like, hey dude, check this out. And you end up just doing that for a while, way longer than you should. I think that's the best part of any of the co-op runs I've ever done in this, or any Halo. But yeah, I think you're right. I think that was the most fun. Just like trying to do that part, or we had another moment like that in this that was like stupid fun. And now I don't remember what it was.
Oh, it was the stall in the control room at the very end when we were trying to skip the entire battle by going up on
that was it. Thank you.
The
yeah,
beam.
There it is.
The beam in the center and going all the way up and just skipping everything.
Which we kind of did it.
We ended up, yeah. You had to take out Banshees, I think. Once we took out the Banshees, though, we were set. We were golden.
Yeah. Because they were doing some damage. But yeah, there's again, like, it's one of those things where when they're designing this game, I wonder, like, did they think, let's make it just wide enough for a player to walk up? Did they do that out of testing? I don't know what the answer is. But, like, yeah, the main fortress you're supposed to sort of go up level by level going through combat, there's just this little slice that you can kind of walk on. And,
it's almost like a spine, but yeah, it just goes much further than all the platforms, just at a point. And underneath of it, if you know where the weapons are, underneath is where the rocket launcher is as well, to start taking out some of that stuff. So, like, if you know what you're doing, you probably know exactly what we're talking about. But yeah, no, you can just walk that straight up it as long as Banshees don't get you.
Yeah, so yeah, really funny. And it's been a while since I've watched a Halo speedrun, but I don't know if I've ever seen anyone go up. I'm sure they do. They have to. Unless there's another way to, like...
It's been a bit.
Yeah. I don't know.
Unless they get in a Banshee somehow and just drop.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, that might be the only other way. But... Or could you ride a ghost up that? Did we try to ride a ghost up that?
I got it on the spine, but there's like there's like lips, little like
that threw it off. You're right.
That would prevent you. You can get up away, but it's only like a third of the way. And then if you got past that somehow, there is like a second lip to it. Like, it's very hard to navigate.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Do you feel like we were an effective team working together?
Yeah, it was good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, well, at some point, one would stay back, the other would charge. Vice versa. You kind of gamed it up.
Yeah, I think the oddest part for me that I noticed while we were playing is that, like, online, I think it's easy to not realize that the person died, but split screen, we should have noticed. And there were a lot of times where one of us did not notice the other one was dying, and we kept pushing ahead. Like, it was, but you just get so into the actual game that you don't notice what's happening. I think the Master Chief Collection, as soon as your partner dies, they'll put a little, like, waiting for player to respawn or something like that in the corner or something.
Oh,
There's
maybe.
A little visual notice that, like, oh, that person's dead. But yeah. Did you notice anything else playing couch co-op locally that you don't think you would have if we'd been playing online? What did couch co-op bring to the experience?
Your dog.
There was that, for sure.
No, I think that I think you just get a better sense of, like, when like the tiniest bit of frustration is starting to kick in on a level. You don't get. You see the body language, obviously, that you don't get online.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, again, I was taking it as I was trying to not get as mad as possible, and just knowing that this is dumb. Like the little huffs and puffs and the things you say under your breath. Sometimes I guess a noise gate would keep that out, but
yeah.
No, just small little things like that. But like that, it's so easy to in split screen to be like, this is where I'm at and easily see it, or identify what the other person's doing without having to like ask or actually physically look for the marker of the person on your screen. Because it's a quick glance.
You can, like, in an online session, just say, like, right here, and you can shoot at something. But it's nice to just have that extra layer of, like, right here, shoot. You just have another, like, layer of immersion to pull from. Do you think playing together made the story of Halo Combat Evolved any different or better?
No. I mean, there's there's a Master Chief, and then all of a sudden the second one appears.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Maybe it's tough to say though, because we both seen the story of this game probably at least 3 times.
Yeah.
So like we know, we know what's going on. We were purposely kind of. I think we tried to like stay quiet, but we were kind of just laughing at the dumb shit that we were noticing.
Yeah, because this is the third. Actually, yeah, you said 3 times. This is the 3rd time I've played through it this year. At least not all the way through.
Oh yeah,
right?
yes, yeah.
Like I played through the campaign at the beginning of the year, and then I got this Xbox not long after, or like right before we recorded, but like not soon enough for me to have played through the campaign before recording. So that first episode. So I ended up playing a bit of it just out of like Xbox curiosity. And then this time. Yeah, I'm with you. Do you think that like, maybe not the story, but how about the experience? Do you feel like playing together enhances the overall experience of playing Halo?
I think so.
Does it feel definitive?
I don't know if it's definitive. I think it's unique enough to be experienced. I feel like if you're playing for the story, it's best to play it by yourself, obviously, so that way you can just kind of focus and hone in. But there's just something to the challenge of like putting it on Legendary and going for it on co-op. I don't know, like, because it's not just death and done. Well, Halo 2 has it, but like, I don't know, there's something to the co-op experience of like you're going along the struggle with someone.
Yes, yeah, very much so.
Because I do think that's an experience of Halo 2, is the Legendary run versus the story run.
That's fair. Yeah, the Legendary run's much different. Yeah, you can do the story, but it's not. There's that challenge of like, can I get through these waves? And yeah, I think co-op makes it easier to do it. I don't know. Did you notice anything AI wise that was more difficult from?
Oh, for co-op, like up the difficulty? No.
Yeah, I don't remember any section where it was like I don't remember a thing where I walked in expecting there to be 2 hunters and there were 4. Like none of that.
No, none of that. The only like weird thing, I don't think we ever died any of it, but like sometimes if you got into those rooms where like the grunts are sleeping, if someone triggers it and they're like between 3 grunts, like they could be woken up on you. But I don't think that ever, like, I've had grunts wake up on me or vice versa, I think, but it never got us killed.
No. We just reacted to it and moved forward. After playing through it this time together, do you feel more or less inclined to play the game again?
I'll always keep playing this game for various reasons. Like, I will say the frame rate that we experienced this game at times.
Yeah, it was pretty bad to me.
Legendary, I would say.
Yeah. We played this on an original Xbox. What did you think of, I guess, that experience? Was there anything that surprised you?
No, but I shouldn't have been that surprised. Again, go play split screen GoldenEye on an N64 right now. Tell me how that runs.
Well, but I think that's a testament to the Master Chief Collection, because the last time I played this game co-op, like, it was running smooth and clean and whatever, and like, yeah, you don't realize how there were some really chuggy moments. Yeah. Very, very much. So, to play it again, like, would you play it alone or solo? What's your approach to this one?
Uh, I mean, I think this is the first time I was consciously running through the campaign with someone. I will probably play it through with someone again. But at some point, like, it's gonna come time where, Halo Infinity or Infinite 2 or Halo the TV show, the game, whatever the next Halo entry is.
Yeah.
There might be a time where it's like, it's time to brush up on my lore. And then you're going to play through 1 through Reach and be like, all right, this is understandable. And then you're going to play through 4, 5, and 6 and ask, what the fuck is the lore anymore?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that day will come.
Fair. Yeah, and I guess when that one comes, there's always going to be a solo run. If you were going to play this on the Master Chief Collection, are there any achievements that you can remember or any you can imagine that you'd want to work on cooperatively together?
I don't know, I'm always big sucker for hitting those par scores, especially on enhanced difficulties.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's one thing to hit the par score on easy, but to hit it on legendary, that was always great, especially Master Chief Collection. Usually they were rarer achievements, so you get that diamond shot. Oh man, that was great, and it just felt so good because you did it on the harder difficulty. Yeah, that's good. I think there's stuff for like playing with skulls or doing all that stuff in Master Chief
the first
Collection.
game. So does MCC add skulls to 1?
I don't know if it does. It might.
I can't remember,
but I feel like they do have stuff around that kind of those types of achievements that they put in 1 that would be fun to play through. But yeah, you're right. I don't know that they actually do. Other than that, I feel like just the stuff of like, which you kind of just get naturally by replaying these games, but it's always fun to see that you killed like X thousand number of grunts or whatever. Like you've killed so many enemies throughout all of your plays. Those numbers are always weird, especially now that this game is coming up on the Master Chief Collection specifically is coming up on its 10th anniversary. But yeah. Did you find any weird ones?
There is a lasso run for Halo, the MCC, so I'm assuming they add some backwards stuff for skulls.
Okay. What was the most fun thing that happened during this? Unintentionally or not?
Climbing that spine was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think so too. That was my most memorable thing coming into this episode. Just like, wait
doing
a sec, can we do this?
Even though we got lost and killed any chance of hitting a hypothetical par time, purposely killing the Marines to get through this section so we could skip them.
That was so good because I remember coming into it like, I don't know if we're gonna. I think we both were like, I don't know if we'll be able to beat this in one day, just hanging out and doing it. And you were like, it's fine. We'll bust out the speedrun strats. Got it. And then we get to that level, and you're like, all right, speedrun strat. Kill all the Marines, and we got this. We kill them all, and just don't know where to go. We ended up wasting more time than if we just saved them and done the thing you're supposed to do. Yeah, that was good. Playing on the original, what did you think of the controls?
Oh man, it's more a testament to the Xbox itself, but I forget black and white's a button. Or buttons.
Yeah. Yeah, there's your flashlight button, and what does the other one even do in this?
Is it grenades? Because there's no D-pad, technically?
I feel like D-pad was still
Or there's no shoulder... Sorry, there's no shoulder buttons?
Yeah, but I don't know what black did now. Do I still... No, I don't have it out. Yeah, I don't remember. But yeah, the white was definitely flashlight. It might have swapped grenades. What about... So you played using the controller S, right?
Yes.
What did you think of playing that controller 23 years after? I guess 22, technically.
It was fine. It's a decent controller. I mean, I was always a fan of the triggers. It's just weird not having shoulder buttons.
If they made a modern S controller with shoulder buttons, would you spring for it?
No.
if it was wireless, if it did all the things you
I
wanted
know,
it to
it's
do.
just I like the DualSense so much.
Yeah.
And maybe. Oh, also I'm cooked. I've hit that age, and I've been playing on PC now. The old master race here now for first person shooters and Halo. I'm absolute trash on a controller nowadays. So like it doesn't matter. But the small thing of just having the parallel joysticks as opposed to the asymmetrical ones, I'm just a bigger fan of that. I think just
really okay.
part of it.
See, it's funny. I've
just
drifted the opposite way in recent years. I don't know why.
Well, I think it's just because I've played so much more PlayStation over the years that like that was the first thing. I've always had a PlayStation. So from the DualShock, DualShock, I don't know. I think I'm just used to the PlayStation one.
I agree. Like I was always that. I was from PS1 all the way up. I guess I didn't ever get a DualShock on PS1, but yeah, since the 2, it was that, and like my primary console was PS4. I don't know what it was in the last few years. Maybe it's from spending more time, like because the Switch has the split
Maybe
joystick.
that's it.
Like if I'm like looking at time split between all three consoles, like maybe it's because 2/3 of my console time are on, because I kind of play evenly across all of them for the most part. And I'll say like this year especially, I've really leaned into the Xbox as my like multi-platform device. So I've been playing more on that. I guess that did it. But yeah.
Black button was Switch grenades, by the way.
It was? All right, weird. Yeah, I guess yeah. Especially on the S, the black and white buttons are in such a weird spot. Yeah, I don't know. I did like the Duke reissue they did for Xbox One. Added the triggers, but still kept the black and white. That was a nice touch. Did you miss sprinting at all?
No, because I'm used to these games without sprint. It's fine. I was fine with it.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know what's to say.
Enough. And no, it moves quickly enough, and when it doesn't, you grab a ghost, and you're good to go. Moving into visuals a bit, I know this is a little weird because the co-op. We talked a little bit about the stutter, with some of the slowdown, things like that. Otherwise, did anything feel different or look different because we played co-op?
Not because of co-op, but you had mentioned, this is me seeing on the regular Xbox for the first time in forever. You mentioned it being darker, like a darker game, and it definitely is.
Yeah.
I noticed, I mean, I think you said it literally the first part of this about the first level being dark and needing the flashlight. That definitely was not a lie, not the thing you were relying, but seeing it was like, whoa. And
I will put out the caveat for listeners that like we're running this through a retro tank with I have a filter on to make it look like a CRT, so like that adds some shadow for sure. But yeah, it definitely just felt it. But it was cool like needing the flashlight.
At times.
Right, like because you don't really, I don't know, the flashlight feels useless if you don't.
I forgot I had it in my first playthrough of MCC.
Exactly. Because it's just so brightly lit and everything. Were you surprised at how it looked on original hardware?
To an extent, in a good way, yes. Like you can go back and forth on the graphics and stuff, but like you get that up-resed. Whether console or PC, you get it up-res to a degree, where it's like more like a remaster. But no, I'm shocked. I mean, besides the frame rate, the game still looks good on original hardware.
Yeah, I remember you being a little in the moment, like this still looks really good. Like, yeah, same sentiment, but just like natural in the moment. Was there anything that stood out the most level wise as a something that looked different than you expected or surprised you? Or
a loading screen.
Man, yeah. Like Master Chief
I forgot.
Collection already fixes that, and then playing that on a Series X or PC, again, light years ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially that loading screen, because in the MCC you get the map, the picture of the map, because it's the way they run the campaign as like a playlist that you can do as a playlist, so it runs it like that. But no, that loading screen I hadn't seen in forever. I don't remember a specific thing. That definitely, I guess I just mentioned it, but like the darkness of the game, bit darker. But as far as just like it, like holding up still today, I can't remember a specific detail.
What about sound? Was there anything from the sound effects or the score that stood out?
Well, we heard a lot of the same scores at different parts.
Yeah, a lot of.
That's solid no control room. That we were on that bridge, one of those bridges for a bit,
a good while. Yeah.
Nothing cut out, did it? I feel like did something cut out at some point?
I don't think so. I feel like I've had that in Master Chief Collection at times, just from
maybe
weird
that's
glitches
it
through the years. But
maybe
this
I'm
time
remembering a different time. Yeah.
I don't remember anything in this one particularly. What do you think playing locally, being able to speak to one another, added to the game?
I mean, the cuts out delay first of all.
Yeah,
a half-second delay in voice. I don't know. I really don't know, because it's more visual than sound that you're losing. Yeah. So, I mean, even if you're sitting, I think as far in terms of talking to one another, whether you're on the same couch or, on decent headphones that don't sound like garbage.
That goes a long way.
In different houses, miles away or as close, neighbors or whatever. I think that you get the similar sound experience there, besides the half-second delay that you might get with in-game chat.
Yeah, and even that, I do. To your point, like I think online gaming has come a long way, and it is pretty seamless. But yeah,
the only other thing I can think of is just balancing. But people are also like sound balancing, but also people are naturally loud too. So like you also have to balance in real life in a way.
Yeah, no different there. Do you think we lose anything by playing together locally?
Frame rate.
Yeah.
You lose frames. It's really not as bad as we were talking, but there was like a couple, there was a couple times where you go on the bridge I'm sure you get on the way back too. It's probably worse on the way back with all the flood.
I think they're on the other side. Yeah.
Yeah. There was a couple times on the bridges of Assault on the Control Room where you get outside and you're counting the frames, John Linneman style, but without a frame counter.
Yeah, you don't need the tools he's got. You got it, man. 1. 2. Is bad.
That's about it. And the obvious, I think, is screen real estate, which once you get used to it, you're fine. I think if you go in and out of it, you'll notice the intricacies, but like not having done it like that in a while and doing it, yes, it was like, oh, right, half, but you get used to it.
Yeah, I think we're playing on a 55-inch TV, right? Not if we'd been playing this 20 years ago, it would have been on I don't even know what it is. It's like a 24-inch CRT or something like that, which, for the record, for the listener, I did offer Matt to pull it out, plug it in, and use, but he declined.
Oh, yeah. He said, I can go underneath the steps and dig it out. It wasn't
it's right there. It's a quick grab. It's right, boom, boom. I open one
boom,
door,
boom, all weight.
One CRT. It's right there, ready to
pull out your back.
Back's fine. Stretch later on. Be all right. Before and after you stretch, and you get yourself a CRT. What's the last game you played cooperatively before Halo?
In person, I'm assuming.
Sure. You can go both if you got an answer for both.
I feel like we just played something co-op not too long ago.
Is it something for the list?
We played Civ together. That was half co-op. Yeah. It didn't need to be.
It was good, but that was good time.
We played co-op because you gave me intel where the Navy needed to be, and the Navy was there when it needed to be.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Listeners, if you like Civ, go check out episode 543 for that one.
I feel like we did play some co-op though.
We did some Super Mario Kart online this year. A little competitive, but
yeah, maybe not. What the hell did we play? I think did me, you, and Mark play something? Maybe? I know the last. Oh, probably the
Phasmophobia.
Phantasmagoria is a adventure game. Phasmophobia is the game I'm thinking of.
Yep, Phasmophobia, episode 500 of the podcast. Yeah.
That's probably the last thing I played co-op to that degree.
Yeah, that's a good point. I was trying to think of this question when I asked it. And I was like, I don't know, when we did like Halo 5, but no, it was more recent than that because we did that like 2021.
We played a little bit of that, it was during COVID. What was it, like Red Rock Galactic or something like that? That mining game?
Oh, yeah.
It was like a day worth. I don't think we kept going with it.
Deep Rock Galactic.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. I remember playing that.
Yeah, we don't do... I guess, like, we play competitive Halo, or we had been for a while, and we were doing competitive Mario Kart in the more recent months. But yeah, cooperatively, I haven't done anything in a while. But I'd say, like, historically, it's usually stuff like a Halo, if I'm going to do a co-op game.
Sorry.
How would you compare this round of co-op against, Phasmophobia, or something else more recent?
I get it. The couch co-op, it does change things, but it doesn't. But it does. I don't know how to describe it. You don't feel isolated as much. Well, you don't because you're with someone.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you still have that isolation when you're playing online. And in a way, I don't know. I also am an asshole, and I have this whole L-shaped desk where I've created a cubby corner in my basement, so that kind of adds to that.
In a tunnel, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but even sitting on a couch in front of a TV where you do have some space and distance, like there is still this like tunnel vision that happens and occurs, like where you're just kind of in the zone. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how else to describe that. Sorry.
I think the other piece with like co-op, generally speaking, though, is like you in Phasmophobia in this. Like my takeaway is always the stupid things that happen while playing, because like we had that in Phasmophobia, where like we took it seriously so we could figure out the thing, but we were also like
let's light a pentagram on fire.
Yeah, playing around with the stupid physics in the game to see what can happen. And I think you get that in any of these experiences. And I think that's the beauty of co-op gaming. I think that's the stuff that I have the most fun with.
Yeah,
do you think
I'll be in the van.
Yeah. I'm still waiting, man. As soon as that can come out on PSVR 2, I'm in.
I'll play it again. Obviously, I'm not playing on VR, but
no, I would have a good time with that one. Do you think that playing cooperatively is essential to getting the most out of Halo Combat Evolved?
I kind of just said, I feel like there's like that run where you play single player and experience, because I do think most of the Halo games have a good like story and, should be seen for what they do, and just like regular gameplay with like regular AI. But I also think the Legendary run is part of it. And yes, you can do that solo, but I think that's more fun and less frustrating with people. But the multiplayer, and this is something I always say about Halo. Halo is a game. It's like a sandbox first with a game kind of around it.
Yeah.
And I think the multiplayer, like you said, some of the things that just happen with the physics, you just get laughs and dumb memories. And I feel like it happens more often in multiplayer because there's two players trying to do stupid shit at times as opposed to just the one.
Yeah, I agree. I think that, like, I like that this game has the option of both, that you're able to do one or the other depending on your mood or whatever. I like that it's 23 years old just about, and it's still, I don't know, like, you have a really good time playing one of these in co-op, and you, not that you think like, well, it's never gonna be like that again, but like, you have those moments that are like specific to your playthrough with that. Like, there's stuff that you and I did screwing around in this that's canon now for me playing Halo, where I've had that, on my own time playing with other people. And I think, like, to that extent, I think it's essential, like, just to, it's core of that Halo experience. Anything else from our co-op time that you wanted to hit that we did not hit yet?
Oh, the breakaway controllers. Good invention. Which they...
Oh my gosh. Forgot that we needed that, but yeah, that was a nice incidental surprise.
Yeah, I don't think it has nothing to do with Halo, more so the Xbox design, but
yes,
being around an original Xbox, I forgot that was a thing, and it was much needed at one point.
Yep, fully, because the console didn't move. Stayed right where it was. No
controller halfway across the basement, but
controller went flying. Yeah, but all good. Yeah, good call. I forgot about that entirely. Yeah, I guess we didn't do any local multiplayer, but I don't know that we need to.
We just screen sheet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Playing this made me like think forward to season 13 and wonder if if I have any games next year that are that can be played cooperatively. But
I got you. Stay tuned.
Oh, I mean, I do. It just made me conscious of, what are we doing? But the one thing I like, there's a couple games, not that this is a season 13 podcast now. There's a couple games for my list next year where even if it's not necessarily a co-op thing, like where that would be core to the experience, we could make an argument for doing another afternoon like that where we play through one of these locally just for fun. But that's for another time and another year. The rest of this year is coming up quickly, Matt. As we mentioned at the top of the show, Halo will be ranked with the rest of them. Matt, this was the last of the last of them.
I know.
Wow.
I know. We
mentioned
soon.
at the top of the show, we had 4 games that we elected to be our Wii Sports killers. They were Halo Combat Evolved, Super Mario Galaxy 2, Pokemon Gold version and Pokemon Silver version, and Tetris Effect Connected. And we've now recorded all of those multi-part episodes. So what we've got next week, come back and we'll talk about Fear Effect for the PlayStation 1 to kick off October. All of October, we've just got spooky games. The first week of November, we're planning on having all the games that we played on stream this year. Our Genesis and Super Nintendo explorations. We'll be ranking those on the list and just sort of recapping our time with them, things like that. But then we're going to do back-to-back. We'll talk through all 4 of our Wii Sports killers. We'll sort of give a post-mortem on all of them, where we sit and stand on all of that. If we've got any cleanup to do in some of those games, if there's other things we want to do in the wake of that. I know, like, we both talked about going back to Super Mario Galaxy 1 a little bit. You insanely want to go for all the green stars in Super Mario Galaxy 2. Stuff like that. We'll do that, and we'll talk about our experiences with those. And then we'll rank them to see if we can truly dethrone Wii Sports as the top of the list. And that's it, man. Then after that, it's just closing out the year. I'm excited to talk about, I know this is an Xbox specific episode, but in December, we have plans for a 30th anniversary PlayStation special. And I'm happy because I thought we'd be the only ones talking about PlayStation's 30th anniversary, but PlayStation's started too a little bit in the wake of Astrobot launching. So yeah, more on that in December. But if you've not picked up Astrobot yet, go do that. And come back next week for Fear Effect. And the week after that for IB. And the week after that for Code Veronica. And the week after that for Uninvited. All October long. Until then, thank you, Matt. Thank you, listener, for listening. See you next time.